The story of the Queen of the World Hurrem Sultan of the Ottoman Empire. Hurrem Sultan, born between 1502 and 1506 in Ruthenia, now part of Ukraine, may have been named Anastasia or Alexandra Lasowski. She was the daughter of a priest. During her childhood, she was kidnapped by Crimean Tatar slave traders who raided her village. Initially taken to the slave markets in Kaffa on the Crimean Peninsula, she was eventually transported to Constantinople, where a higher price could be demanded for her beauty. In Constantinople, Anastasia or Alexandra entered the household of the Sultan's granddaughter and was given the Persian name Khurim, meaning the cheerful one. Around age 15, she was purchased by Hafsa Sultan as a gift for her son, Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent, and entered his harem. The Ottoman harem, known as the Forbidden Place, was a luxurious residence for the Sultan's concubines, female servants, and close female relatives. The women lived amidst opulence, with access to fine clothing, food, and education. The harem also housed a library of books and scrolls, including some containing drawings of the human form, despite Islamic prohibitions. The women engaged in activities like embroidery, dancing, singing, and learning from older women. The harem was guarded by eunuchs to ensure the chastity of the concubines. These eunuchs, often African and castrated, were responsible for preventing any unauthorized relationships. The harem's primary purpose was to produce heirs for the Sultan, with the women selected for their beauty, health, and intelligence. Hurrem's striking beauty, including her unusual red hair, and her cheerful personality quickly caught Suleiman's attention. Contrary to custom, Suleiman requested her repeatedly, favoring her over other concubines. Hurrem's intelligence and love of poetry further endeared her to the Sultan, who himself admired verse. Hurrem's rise caused jealousy, particularly from Mahidevran, Suleiman's previous favorite and the mother of his eldest son, Mustafa. After Mahidevran insulted and physically attacked Hurrem, Hurrem cleverly turned the situation to her advantage, further securing Suleiman's favor. Hurrem gave birth to her first son, Mehmed, followed by 4 more sons, Abdullah, Salim, Bayezid, and Jihangir, and a daughter, Myrima. This was unusual, as the tradition was for a concubine to bear only one son. Suleiman's continued affection for Hurrem led to suspicions of witchcraft among the court. In an unprecedented move, Suleiman freed Hurrem and married her in a grand ceremony, naming her Haseki Sultan and granting her significant wealth and status. This was a radical break from tradition, as it allowed a former concubine to live in the palace and exert influence over state affairs. Hurrem Sultan used her new position to build diplomatic relationships, notably with King Sigismund II of Poland. She played a crucial role in securing a Polish-Ottoman alliance. Additionally, she commissioned public works, including mosques, schools, fountains, bathhouses, and a women's hospital, gaining public favor. While Hurrem managed affairs in the capital, Suleiman expanded the Ottoman Empire through military campaigns. He conquered Belgrade and Buda, defeated the Hungarian ruling class, and laid siege to Vienna, though he had to retreat. Despite their separation, Suleiman and Hurrem maintained a close relationship through love letters and poems. Hurrem viewed Ibrahim Pasha, the Grand Vizier and Suleiman's close friend, as a threat. She accused him of corruption and arrogance, leading Suleiman to have Ibrahim executed. This act eliminated a key supporter of Mustafa, Suleiman's eldest son by Mahidevran. Hurrem's son Mehmed, the most promising of her children, died of smallpox at age 21. This loss was followed by the death of another son, Abdullah, further narrowing the line of succession. Prince Mustafa, Mahidevran's son, became a popular figure, admired by the army and supported by the court. Hurrem and her allies, including the new Grand Vizier Rustem, accused him of plotting to overthrow Suleiman. Mustafa's hasty visit to his father's camp led to his execution, with Suleiman personally cheering on the guards who strangled him. Mustafa's execution removed the most significant threat to Hurrem's sons. However, it caused widespread anger and sorrow among the populace and the military, as Mustafa had been a beloved figure. Hurrem was blamed for orchestrating his death. Following Mustafa's death, Hurrem's two remaining sons, Selim and Bayezid, became rivals for the throne. The Ottoman practice of fratricide meant that the succession struggle would end with one brother's death. This grim reality weighed heavily on Hurrem, who had worked tirelessly to ensure her children's survival and success. In her 50s, Hurrem fell seriously ill. Suleiman stayed by her side until she died on April 15, 1558. Her death marked the end of an era of her direct influence in the Ottoman court. After Hurrem's death, Bayezid rebelled against his father and brother, resulting in his execution. This left Selim as the sole heir to the throne, ensuring the continuity of Hurrem's line. Suleiman, devastated by the loss of Hurrem and the tumultuous events following Mustafa's death, became deeply religious and melancholic. He abandoned his previous luxuries and adopted a more austere lifestyle. He died 8 years after Hurrem and was buried beside her in the Suleymaniye Mosque. Hurrem's son Selim II ascended the throne, known as Selim II due to his indulgent lifestyle. While his rule was marked by less direct control over the empire, the foundation laid by Suleiman and Hurrem allowed for a continued period of relative stability. Sultan's life and actions significantly influenced Ottoman politics and society. Her role as a powerful consort set a precedent for the Sultanate of women, a period where women of the harem wielded considerable influence. Despite her vilification, Hurrem remains a symbol of strength, intelligence, and maternal devotion, inspiring many women in Turkey and beyond.